Hi everyone, I will be presenting Module 3-9, Preparation of Micro Teaching using the Mathematics Teacher's Manual. The unit is Unit 3, Utilization of National Textbooks and Teacher's Manual. There are two objectives in this module. By the end of this module, the participants will be able to 1. Study the Module 3.6, 3.7, and 3.8 with sample lessons for micro teaching. And number 2, they will study the teaching process and prepare necessary teaching materials for micro teaching. Micro teaching is basically the same as Module 3.4 for science module, so we can quickly review what we should do in micro teaching. There are about 3 steps in micro teaching: lesson planning and preparation, and we will do this in this module. The other 2, teaching micro lesson and discussion and feedbacks, will be in the next module. Lesson planning and preparation. This is slightly different from science, so bear with me. Bullet 1. You have to select the lesson to be taught, agreed by all members in the group. The lessons are to be given as activity. Read the Mathematics Teacher's Manual and understand what to do during micro teaching. The points to be confirmed are linkage of objective, lesson flow, and assessment. Number 2, how students learn and acquire new knowledge, understanding, skills, values, and attitude, and mathematical thinking in the lesson flow and how they are assessed. Number 3, use of teaching materials, Blackboard management, main task and methodology used in the lesson, and finally, how to improve students' participation in the lesson. Number 2, micro lessons. This is the same as for science. When preparation is completed, micro lessons should be taught, and the lesson should be shorter than normal lessons for about 10 to 20 minutes. Select a member to act as a teacher and others to act as students. Other groups will observe and record their findings using the observation sheets to evaluate the micro teaching. Consider factors that influence his or her teaching as well as students' learning needs. In the course of teaching, there are certain considerations that teacher must take note, and that is in the next slide. Okay, let us look at the observation points. This is slightly different from science. Number 1, the teaching process follows the teacher's manual and textbook. Number 2, being confident, flexible, strategic, and innovative if encountered with certain circumstances during lesson presentation. Number 3 point, students' interest, motivation, positive attitudes, and values on mathematics to enjoy learning lesson contents are evident. Number 4, necessary teaching materials are prepared and utilized correctly. Number 5, Blackboard management are all in order and necessary points considered. Number 6, activities in teacher's manual are conducted with students' participation to foster mathematical thinking. Number 7, students seek the answer of tasks to grasp the concept of the lesson. Number 8, exercises are given to students to master mathematical skills of the lesson. Number 9, assess and give feedback on students' learning in line with assessment plan. Now we will look at the number 3 stage, which is the discussion and feedback. Bullet point 1. After micro lesson, the way of improving the lesson is discussed according to the observation results. The teacher of the micro lesson begins to reflect on his or her lesson by himself and herself and share their own opinion and impression to other members. The teacher can tell any difficulty faced or any other points to be considered. Then other members and observers can freely express their ideas for the improvement based on the record of their observation sheet. The discussion must be focused on how to improve the teaching of the lesson. That is very important. It should not be personal attack on the teacher. The observer should not just criticize teacher's way of teaching, but suggest alternative way or ideas to improve the lesson. Trainer should facilitate discussion and summarize the points. A volunteer can record the opinions on the blackboard or on the chat. Now we will look at the activity for our micro teaching. And here are the instructions for the participants. Form 4 groups in the class, and each group is assigned one of the following sample lessons. You are to look at the 4th strand, strand 1 from grade 3 lesson, unit 15, multiplication of 2-digit number, lesson number 1. Strand 2, that is grade 4 lesson, unit 4, measuring angles, lesson number 1. Strand 3, grade 4 lesson, unit 6, quadrilaterals, lesson number 2. Strand 4, grade 4 lesson, unit 8, line graph, lesson number 3. You find them in your textbook and teacher manual. Each group should read through the teacher manual of the selected lesson. In groups, they discuss about the lesson and its components in the teacher's manual, then fill in the worksheet to make a basic plan of the lesson for micro teaching. Delegate the task, one to act as a presenter, another preparation of materials, etc. in the group, within the group members. Rehearse and finalize preparation for micro teaching. Here is activity 1, and we are going to look at the points to be studied in this activity. These are the points that everyone must study carefully for preparation of micro teaching. You have studied your presentation, what is necessary for micro teaching. Here, I will give you the order for teaching. Presenter, you will have of the lesson, and the order of presentation must be filled out from strand 1, strand 2, strand 3, and strand 4 in preparation for micro teaching, which will be conducted in the next module. Thank you all, and you have a good day.